The results you get from cooking rice in your oven, honestly, can deter you from cooking rice on your stove top. Let's get right into the recipe. So into my saucepan, I'm using a cast iron. I'm going to fry my onions and then white part of spring onions. I've also grated some garlic. I'll add that to that. I'll add that to it and then stir it. Then I have with me here my homemade curry powder. You can use the commercial ones. You can use turmeric powder, any one you have. I'll just go ahead and fry that in the onion as well. Then I will add in some pepper because I want some spice. Note that if you don't have a cast iron, there are other things that other dishes that are oven friendly that you can use. Okay, so you can just go through this process in your regular frying pan, after which you empty it into anything that is oven friendly for you. So I have washed my rice thoroughly. I'm using basmati rice. Usually I'm not a huge fan of basmati rice. I like to mix it with other maybe like yasmin rice, but this particular basmati rice is so delicious, so it's good on its own. So I go ahead and then I toast the rice in my oil and everything that I had fried in. At this point I had turned off the fire. Okay, so you can do, as I mentioned, you can do this in your frying pan and empty it into whatever you want to bake your rice in or cook your rice in. Because I'm not using a chicken stock or anything, I'm adding some oyster sauce and soy sauce. Okay, it's optional. If you don't like it, please do not use it. If you have chicken stock too, it will be a great addition. You can use that, or beef stock, or any other stock that you have. You can use that and omit the oyster sauce and the soy sauce. Now I add in my salt after adding the oyster sauce and soy sauce because they have some amount of salt in them, so you don't want this to be salty. After that, I put my aluminum foil on it. I'm using the aluminum foil to demonstrate to you, if your your pan doesn't have a lid, you can simply use your aluminum foil and then put it in your oven. Okay, but because mine has a lid, I'll cover it and then I'll just leave it in for a whole hour. Now my oven is such that it's a gas oven. It has the grill part and then the bottom part. I use the bottom part only for this, and it is not extremely high. Yeah, on its own, even this is like the highest. Okay, and after 1 hour I bring it out and this is how it's looking. I tasted it. It is cooked. Honestly, it is about 98% cooked. So I have my veggies here that I'm adding. It is the green part of the spring onion that was left, some carrots and some sweet corn. I'll go ahead and mix everything together. At this point I have even turned my oven off. Okay, so I have turned it off and then I'll stir this nicely, cover it again with the aluminum foil and place it again in my oven for some time, maybe until the oven cools down completely. Okay, and the rest of the heat is going to cook it. So doing this, putting everything in my oven for 1 hour, it just did all the magic. I must mention that this is the very first time I am cooking my rice in my oven. I have old recipes that I've made on my stove top and I don't even feel like sharing, but I'll share it anyway, okay, because it's not everybody that owns it, to be very honest. It's not everybody that has an oven, so I'll still share those recipes, but for me, I feel like I'm hooked up. Beyond this, I've done other recipes, rice recipes in my oven that I'll be sharing. But one thing that I love about it is the fact that there's no waste at all. You see it as time goes along that there's really no waste when you use this cooking process. And also because I like my flavors to be very intense, that's how come I fried it. But you can simply add all your ingredients, add water and then just push it in and let it cook. Okay, but because I want my flavors to be very intense, I want my onions to be fried, I want my things to go through that process, that's how come I'm using it. Okay, and just look at the bottom part. very no waste at all. And yeah, I hope you give it a try. If you have an oven, it's a good time to um try
Hi
this.
fam, this is another thing that you can use to cook your rice. This you can find it on our local markets, very affordable. And the good thing about it is that you can use it multiple times. Okay, I'll be sharing another recipe where I cooked in this. Okay, and so if you don't have cast iron, you can use this. You can use, sorry, this is a bit messy. I finished some donuts, we finished it, but you can use this too. Like anything that is oven friendly that can cook your rice, you can use it.
I have never been this passionate about passing on a message. Please try this if you've never done that. You save yourself a lot of money. Food is expensive, and to cook and not get any waste at all. And let me know when you get to try it. Okay, please come and tell me. Thank you. Also, kindly support me by liking, subscribing, and do share this with someone that you believe is going to help. Okay, I'll see you again in another. Bye.